Today, we're going to be working on cleaning off this porch. It has been on my list all summer, and I have not got around to it. However, the other day I went to Target and I got some new planter pots as well as a rug. So that's getting me motivated to get this done. I also have some yard work to do. I'm going to pull some weeds, transplant, and water some plants. Let's get the day started. I've been wanting to get a trellis for this monstera right here. I finally found one that I think is going to work perfect. It is just getting so big. It is the moss pole is not working as well anymore, especially for these taller leaves. So I need to get it on this trellis and hopefully it'll help it stand up better. I probably need to cut off some of the burnt spent leaves because there's so many new coming in. It seems like in the summer, so much growth comes on my indoor plants because especially this monstera, it loves the humidity. It's the weather right now is perfect for it. I do keep it up under the shade at all times. It seems like anytime I've put it in the sun, the leaves get burnt. So I make sure to keep it underneath the shade, and I will take it off the porch if it is overcast and rainy, just so that the I don't know, it seems to really like rainwater. I personally prefer the twisty moss poles instead of the straight up and down moss poles. The vertical moss poles, they just seem to kind of have a lot of give and they just kind of fall over, whereas the twisty ones wrap around the plants much better. So I do prefer those. If I do have to use a moss pole, I do prefer the twisty ones. I was hoping that this would help the porch dry more quickly so I could put the rug down, but no such luck. I'm going to go ahead and work on some other projects while I wait for this to dry off. I feel like I hit the jackpot the other day when I went to Target. They had all of their summer items on clearance. These pots I almost bought for full price. I think they were $30 and I got them for 8. So I got 2 of them and I'm so excited about it. I'm going to put the pine trees that I have on the porch in these. They are the perfect fit and I just cannot express to you how excited I am that I found these on sale. These Super Vista bubble gums are just not doing very well. I don't know what it is. We've had so much rain. I'm not certain if that's the issue or, what exactly. The only thing I know to do is try to cut as much off and hopefully it will encourage regrowth or more growth because they just look really sad. I honestly think it's just they've gotten too much water. But I'm not going to give up hope because I have a vision. I want a carpet of pink in this front yard flower bed and I'm not going to give up. I'm going to see what happens. Probably next year, I will replace all of these plants with different perennials so I don't have to do so much, yearly planting in this area. These two at the end seem to be
Those
doing
two
the
down there.
worst. It's just very little
This
pink
one right
there, but
here.
some of these
Look the worst.
on the left side seem to be doing the best. Like I said, I'm not giving up. I think they'll bounce back, but only time will tell. Even though I got these zinnias planted so late, they are showing a lot of progress. I'm going to try to keep them in this pot for the summer, but at the same time, I may have to try to find some place in the ground to plant them. Once again, time will tell on this too. This year has been odd. The last 2 years, my first 2 years of gardening, we hardly had any rain. So I really didn't have that many weeds. But we have had so much rain this year. The weeds are non-stop. And then, of course, I set up all this drip line earlier this year thinking that we were going to be dry again. And I haven't even hardly needed it because the rainwater has watered my plants. But I have huge weed problems. I went to a garden show over the weekend, and all the other homeowners and gardeners, they all had the same complaints of it's just nonstop weeding. I'm sure you're going to see a lot of videos this summer of me weeding these areas because I do not have any help. I do all of this myself. Probably need to get my kids more in it, but I don't know. Sometimes I like it. It's very satisfying to get these areas cleaned out. The porch finally dried enough so that I can lay this rug down. This is another one of my Target finds. I think I got this for like 20 bucks. And it's not very big. My husband, once he saw it, he did mention maybe we need to get a bigger one. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm not too sold on getting too much of a big one. For years, I wanted to get a swing up here. However, with the way that my windows open outward, I don't think a swing would be very good for this area. I thought I could turn the swing the opposite direction, but the front of this porch does not have a lot of support. So I don't think we have enough, stability within the framing to support a swing going horizontal. Here's my finished product. You'll notice a lot of these plants are my indoor plants. I bring them all out for the summer. They seem to love the outdoors. So this porch is really filled up with a lot of those. I don't know how I feel about these chairs in front of this window, but I'm going to kind of give it a day and see what I think tomorrow. I transplanted these Russian sage from another part of the garden. There was not enough room for them to grow up, and they are struggling. I don't know if they're goners. I don't know if I can just trim some of this dead stuff off. I don't know if it's just needs it time to bounce back and it'll grow back better next year. I have I've moved plants around a lot and I have never had issues like I'm having with these Russian sage. There is another one over there in that same area that I'm going to move over here. I hope that one goes better, but at this rate, I'm not having much luck with moving these around. I transplanted the other two on a sunny day, which that may have been my mistake. So I waited until it got a little bit cloudier of a day to transplant this one. Hopefully, I'll have better luck and hopefully the other two bounce back. But with a lot of things in gardening, only time will tell. So we just have to give it time and see if they will recover. This is an oak leaf hydrangea. I think it's a sky view or something like that. The blooms come in hot pink. I did put soil acidifier down, and I'm hoping, crossing my fingers, that the blooms will turn blue. That's my goal here. These are some rock and rolled sedum. I transplanted them from another part of the garden where ants were eating them, and they are doing so much better this year. Little update on the super verbena white out that I planted last week. They are actually blooming, which I'm so excited about. I think these are my number one favorite plant. This is one I planted a few months ago, and it is just thriving. So many new blooms. So as I was looking at this porch, I have decided I want to kind of rearrange it. I want to take these hanging planters down and I want to move the chairs because they're kind of blocking the view out of the large picture window, and I don't like that. So I'm going to try to rearrange this. Honestly, this porch is kind of an awkward shape, but I don't plan on making it any bigger because we plan on making a porch that we're going to spend more time on in the back, and that's kind of what I care about. So I just need to do with what I have and kind of get this organized. So yeah, those planters and the chairs were just kind of blocking the view out the front window. Yes, I'm messing with this porch again, but my husband did get me a rug from a local store. It's much bigger. This other rug did self-admittedly look way small. And it will fit way better on our back porch. So I will move that back there and I'm going to put this rug up here and it is going to look so much better, fill it in way more, and I think I'll be much more happier with it. I will say I do like the arrangement better by taking the planters that were hanging down and moving the chairs kind of off to the side because now we have a full view out the front window. I just want to take a quick moment and thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoy gardening videos, working outside videos, make sure to subscribe. And if this video you found interesting, give it a like, and I will see you in the next one.